Hello, I'm Glenn Black, and this is an introduction to Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a process and it is a condition. There are stages that you go through in order to reach the condition. In order to do Yoga Nidra in an efficient way, you lay in Shavasana. And so if you'd be kind enough to lay on your back, please. But like most asanas, they can be done incorrectly. And so the proper position for Shavasana follows. The palms are turned up. The hands are just a few inches away from the hips. The heels are equal on the floor, and the heels are an equal distance away from the midline of the body. Also, the tip of the nose points up towards the ceiling, and the ears are an equal distance away from the tops of the shoulders. Now, in most cases, this is a good position to be in, but you also, like in all asana, want to be even more subtle and create the most perfect and auspicious position you can. So you feel the flesh of the buttocks and feel if that is equal on the floor. You feel if either shoulder blade is equal on the floor. And even the backs of the hands, do they touch the floor equally or not? And when you find that through just awareness, you don't use your vision. This is just a proprioceptive value, which is knowing where your body parts are in relationship to other body parts. Now, some people can't lay flat out on the floor for the length of time that some Yoga Nidras go for. So some people like to put a bolster underneath your knees. If you elevate your knees, please, and then straighten the legs. By elevating the knees, you take away any of the stress that is in the fascia from the abdomen down to the mid-thigh. Also, some people find that laying on the back of their head is not comfortable. So if you lay your head, you can find something fairly thin, and that may even compress a little bit. And if you lift your head, please, and you can put that exactly where you want it. But by having the head elevated also, it sometimes helps to make the neck muscles relax further. In Yoga Nidra, in Shavasana, you're attempting to get the body to physically and mentally totally let go so that gravity can grab a hold of the body weight. And so you want the body here in Shavasana to be as symmetrical as it can be. So again, the heels are equidistant from the center of the body. The hands are an equal distance away from the hips. The ears are an equal distance away from the shoulders, and the flesh and the shoulder blades are equal on the floor. And you make those subtle adjustments for the first couple of minutes, because sometimes as you spend more time observing this, you find that there is a subtle difference in the weight of the pelvis on the floor, or one shoulder is heavier on the floor, or the neck muscles may not have totally relaxed. So once you've established the position of Shavasana, the eyes are closed. Now, closing the eyes shuts off vision so that the optical nerve can then relax, and then the input from your eyes is no longer an effect on the brain itself. It doesn't judge what you see. It doesn't have to deal and decide on names of what you see. Now, eventually in Shavasana, through the process of Yoga Nidra, you will eventually dissolve all of your senses and attain the condition of pratyahara, which is the withdrawal of all attachment to your senses. So, there are several ways you can begin a Yoga Nidra in Shavasana. The first is to just become aware of your breath as it comes into and out of your nose. Now, on that instruction, some people might change their breath or alter their breath. All you have to do is watch the breath coming in and out of the nostrils. You feel the temperature of the air. You feel the movement of the cilia or the hairs that are within the nose. And the more attention that you can bring to bear on your respiration, the less your mind will be active. The goal in Kriya Yoga and the goal in Yoga Nidra is to reach a condition called Anmani Mudra, a no-thought mind, thoughtlessness. At first, though, you'll find that the mind, as is its habit, will continue to have thoughts over and over again. When you notice that you have a thought, turn your attention back to your breath. Bring your attention even closer to the nostrils where the breath enters and leaves your body. And the more attention that you can keep there, and the longer you can keep your attention there following the breath, the less opportunity your mind is going to have to interfere with a thought or with a perception of a sense. So you listen in a very particular and precise way. See if you can hear your breath coming in and out. And you do it over and over again. Yoga Nidra can be done in many different ways, and there are many reasons why you practice it. Primarily now in the yoga world, it's done to take away the stress of the world. And the way you do that is first by releasing all of the muscles in your body. Some of us unconsciously hold muscles for long periods of time, and it becomes chronic. So scan your body. Bring your attention down. Move your attention downward from the nose to the right toe, the right big toe. Notice it. Send an awareness there. And see if you can release the tissues in the toe, both the bone, the muscles, the connective tissue, the flesh. Move your attention to the left big toe and do the same. It's a conscious, willful releasing of any physical holding in your body. Move your attention to the ball of the right foot. It's a thick tissue of flesh and muscle. Allow those tissues to soften. Move the awareness to the left ball. Move your attention to the ball of the left foot. Bring your attention there and allow it to soften. Move your attention back over to the right heel and its contact to the surface of the mat or the floor that it's on. And get a sense of that contact, of the weight of your foot. And relax everything at the heel. Bring your attention to the left heel and see if you can soften all of the tissues that are in contact with the mat or the floor. Move your attention upward to the front of your right lower leg. The muscles relax. Give permission for relaxation to occur in those muscles. Shift your attention to the muscles on the front of the left lower leg. Permit them to relax. It's not just an assumption. This is a direct experience of your muscles softening. Move your attention to the upper right leg and all of those big muscles that help you move every day. Allow them to get so heavy with gravity that they slide off to the side. Move your attention to the upper left leg and those muscles. Give permission for a releasing of those muscles. Take your attention to the back body, to the right hip. Get a sense and an image, perhaps, of the flesh and the muscles on the back of the right hip, and relax them. Go to the left side, the back of the left hip. Softer and softer. Bring your attention to the right shoulder and allow that awareness to move down the right arm, out to the fingertips. And let that right shoulder and arm get heavy because of the releasing of any holding that you might have there. Move your awareness and your attention, your mental vision, to the left shoulder, the left arm, hand and fingertips, and permit that to get heavy as it softens. The less engagement that you have in your tissues, the more gravity will take it. Bring your attention to the circumference of your neck, the front, the sides, the back. And permit all of the tissues that surround your neck and hold your head up to relax, which will permit the weight of your head to descend. Move your attention further up and bring your attention to the muscles of the face. All of those muscles of expression, the forehead, the muscles that move your eyebrows, that open and close your eyelids, that move the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the tongue, the jaw, and they're allowed to soften, which, when they do soften, will change your countenance. The whole of your face will change. Emptiness. Then turn your attention back to the nostrils and to your breath again. The breath is an intermediary between your body and your mind. So now that your body has come to a deeper level of relaxation, your breath also has gotten softer. Your heartbeat has been reduced. The circulation of blood and other fluids in your body has slowed down. And your breath has slowed down. And when that happens, your mind will also slow down. You may still have thoughts, one after the other, but how you perceive those thoughts may have changed. They are less important. You give them over and allow them to float away like a cloud in a summer sky. Eventually, by paying attention to your breath, you may, through what's called the witness, observe a space between your thoughts. It's that place between thoughts that you want to remain. This is a condition called Anmani Mudra, no thought mind. It gives your witness an opportunity to perceive in a different way. It's unobscured. There are no senses. There are no thoughts. There's no mental activity. All there is an empty consciousness. And the witness can observe this. And in that observation will be able to perceive how vast your conscious actually is. When we observe thoughts, we condense our consciousness and our awareness, because we're so focused and attached onto those thoughts or those sense perceptions that we don't get a chance to observe in a more vast and expansive way. If you have wandered off, bring your attention back to your nose. This is the practice. To notice when the mind or the body has become an obstacle to your observation of respiration. This will bring you to the condition of Yoga Nidra. It's in this condition that you can find the higher stages of yoga. They will spontaneously rise up. It all depends on just how long you can maintain that awareness on your breath. You'll be able to find the boundaries between concentration, between meditation, and between samadhi. It's like finding the boundaries between your waking state, your sleep state, and that state of unconsciousness. But the witness is in all three. Stillness, Notice your body, your mind in stillness. See if you can find that place at the end of a thought and stay there. With practice, you will be able to stay there for longer and longer periods of time before the next thought does come. Next, move your attention from your breath and bring it to the eyelids, the closed eyelids. Bring it to just in front of those closed eyelids. It's this place where the boundary exists between your conscious mind and the subconscious. This is Chitakasha Dharana, the observation of the subconscious field. It is after the conscious mind, the intellectual mind, is dissolved that you can then truly observe your subconscious. So bring your attention to the closed eyelids, move your awareness just beyond them, and that is the boundary to your subconscious. Imagine that that is a screen, a dark, black, empty screen. And allow your witness to hover about the screen. And you'll begin to observe that it is not just two-dimensional, it's three-dimensional. That you can actually move your awareness deeper into the subconscious. And on it goes, exploring the subconscious. And the witness merely observes what is there. So unlike the intellectual mind, you don't create judgments at anything you might see in the subconscious. You don't name anything. It is key in Kriya practice and in Yoga Nidra practice that you remain relaxed. This is how you learn to deal with everything that might manifest out of the intellect and out of the subconscious. We have a tendency to bury everything in your subconscious mind. And when you are relaxed enough physically and mentally, all those things that have been buried will come forward eventually. You're not reaching out. You're not expectant. You're patient. And you wait as you hover about in your subconscious to see what might manifest, if anything. And allow that perceiver, that witness, just to reside patiently allow your witness to hover back towards the eyelids, to that boundary. Notice how still the eyelids are, how still your eyes have become. And then allow your witness to go through the eyelids back into that place where thoughts arise. Now, there may not be any thoughts, but see if you can find that place in the subconscious mind that permits the thought to rise up into your conscious mind. Hover there. And see if you can stay in that place where there is no thought. When you can achieve this, you are in a condition in which there is no space, there is no time. Then move back to your nostrils and see how soft your breath has become. how quiet it is, and how it, as an intermediary between your body and your mind, has permitted both your body and your mind to become very soft, freed from the stresses of the day. Now know that in this condition, you are not filling your lungs to their natural capacity. Very slowly, it may take several breaths, but you're going to slowly start to bring more air into your lungs with each inhalation. So don't be in a hurry. You have a lot of space in the interior of your lungs. It may take 10, 20 inhalations before you bring enough air in so that it comes into contact with the inner surface of your lungs, which will consequently create movement. It's important that you do not force the end of your inhalation. So as soon as you find that the lungs have reached their natural capacity without creating strain, that's when the volume of air ends. You don't need to increase it anymore. And use this more complete inhalation to reacquaint yourself with your body. Feel the movement of your abdomen, of your chest, of the movement of air through the neck, through the head, through the nose. And know that that air is coming to you from the whole of the universe, that the energy and consciousness contained within that breath could come from the ends of the known universe. Eventually, in Yoga Nidra, you go to that boundary beyond everything, the boundary beyond what we can see with our instruments, what the yogis have seen with their minds. On the end of your next inhalation, go back to normal breathing. At the sound, the practice of Yoga Nidra ends, and your breath will bring you back into your body, into your mind. The three will become one again. At the exact moment the sound ends, when you feel ready, that's when you can move to your side with eyes closed and then move to sitting. Once you've reached your auspicious sitting position, that marks the end of the practice of Yoga Nidra.